Good day. The state television company of Western Armenia presents all the most important events of these days. Today's broadcast. Mission of the delegation of Western Armenia and ANI, and a road with corridor logic through Armenia is excluded. Armen Grigoryan. We must finally sober out before it's too late, and the instinct of self-defense in us must speak. Grigory Ayvazyan. The ability of the OSCE to ensure security in the region is under question. Grigoryan. The court made a decision on the threat case against the Hrant Dink Foundation. Treasures of Artsakh manuscript heritage. Artsakh with the culture was in Austria. Wrestler Suren Aghajanyan won the gold medal of the European Championship. The delegation, consisting of deputies and members of the government of Western Armenia, headed by President of Western Armenia Armen Grigoryan, continuing its mission in the homeland, stopped at the ruins of once Armenian capital, the cradle of culture and civilization of the city of Ani. This time the mission of our delegation was an observer, since Ani is included in a UNESCO World Cultural Heritage list, and this world structure is directly obliged to preserve, even restore and keep under constant control of the ruins of Ani with all its surrounding territory. It should be noted that a description posted on the official UNESCO website and is presented as a city founded by Armenians. Then the delegation studied the entire territory of the ruins of Ani and was able to record a number of facts that unfortunately indicate UNESCO's omissions. Our delegates noted the fact that excavations were taking place on the territory of Ani. One thing is clear, that excavations are carried out with the permission of the Minister of Culture of the Turkish state. By the way, excavations have been carried out here before and are also planned in the near future. All the facts recorded as a result of the observation mission of the ruins of Ani will be presented in detail on our website in the near future. At a briefing with journalists, Secretary of the Security Council Armen Grigoryan said, "We have repeatedly said that any pass along the corridor logic through Armenia is excluded. There will definitely be border control, and our policy continues to remain so. In Armenia, any pass along the corridor logic is excluded. Such an issue has never been discussed. According to Armen Grigoryan, the issues are discussed both in Moscow and in Brussels. If you remember, Azerbaijan has saying for a long time that a corridor is being discussed. On November 6 last year, with Deputy Prime Minister Overchuk was in Armenia, he said that no issue was being discussed according to the corridor logic. The same thing happened after the Brussels talk. This shows that our approach in negotiations has always been the same and will continue to be the same," he added. Corridor logic is also unacceptable for Western Armenia given the fact that Yerevan now occupies part of the sovereign territory of Armenia. In one of the press conferences of the Armenian Prime Minister, it is said that the same territory is located outside of the former NKO should be controlled by Azerbaijan. The Azerbaijani side also says this, and the Armenian side should remember that the former territories of NKO in the Martaget region, the north and eastern part, remain occupied. The eastern and southern part of Martuni region, Shushi, which is the former territory of NKO, and the Hadrut region is completely remain occupied. If we are talking about the fact that Aghavnod and Berdzor are located outside the former borders of NKO, isn't it time to also remember that Hadrut is located within the NKO? These issues needed to be raised immediately. Despite all these statements, the position of Western Armenia will remain unchanged. The entire territory of Artsakh is an integral part of the Republic of Western Armenia, recognized in 1920. Every Deputy Foreign Minister Armen Grigoryan stressed the importance of OSCE's involvement in the release of Armenian captives of war. In his speech, Gevorgyan also noted that the prolonged violations of the ceasefire regime established by Azerbaijan in a trilateral statement of November 9, 2020, indicate that effective cooperation of the participating countries is necessary to counter security challenges in the OSCE territory, expressing support for the format of OSCE Minsk Group Co-Chairs Chairmanship. Gevorgyan stressed the importance of its activities aimed at ensuring the realization of the right of people of Artsakh, including the determination of their own future, as key goal of the settlement of Artsakh conflict. Western Armenia is studying the ongoing process and will give its appropriate response as needed. On May 27, 28 and 30, a verdict was delivered by email to the Hrant Dink Foundation in the framework of the case against Erisan Bashkant and Hussein Atesh on threats through anonymous letters and conventional sites. At a meeting, the protesting parties' lawyers, noting that a general agreed with the decision, argued that a crime in question, in which the murder of Hrant Dink was mentioned, was committed on a basis of exerting and spreading the threat of organizations. Accordingly, the lawyers demand that the defendants be published for a crime qualified as a deliberate threat. In defense, the defendant's lawyer demanded they quit them, stating them have nothing to do with any organization, and a specified quality of the crime has nothing to do with the situation. The court sentenced Hussein Atesh 2.5 years in prison for a crime classified as a chain of joint threat, Ersin Bashkan for 2 years in prison for the same crime. Lawyers for the Hrant Dink Foundation said the defendants should be punished on charges of deliberate threat. Western Armenia expresses its support to the Armenians who have applied to the court with a just claim and knows that under no circumstances can their rights be violated. Artsakh, the 10th province of Greater Armenia, was one of the centers of Armenian writing. Artsakh opened the first Mesrop Mashdod school in Amaras and laid the foundation for Armenian writing. Since the 11th and 12th centuries, in parallel with the rise of church construction, the art and biography of writing has also been developing. Gandzasar, Khadavang, Dadivang, Chavang, Metzarants, and Hakobian were proclaimed as centers of writing, as well as monasteries of Apostol Yereshe, Yerit Mankans, Gandzag. The deliberate destruction of cultural heritage is a crime committed during the war, and thus the international community calls for the protection and preservation as the means of achieving global well-being. Editor Hakobian wrote on his Facebook page, "Yesterday Stepanakert Drama Theatre completed its last European tour in Vienna, presenting the play Three Apples Fell from the Sky, directed by Karine Kocharyan, based on a script of the novel of the same name of Narina Abgaryan. Artsakh was in Austria with its culture yesterday, showing that despite the difficult situation, the people of Artsakh are strong not only in their heroism, but also with their culture." Greco-Roman wrestler Suren Aghajanyan defeated Grigoryan Khachidze with a score of 4-0 in the final of European Championship among wrestlers under 20 and became the European champion. Aghajanyan reached the final by winning 9-1 in the M23 World Championship against Nihat Mamedli from Azerbaijan. Western Armenia congratulates our Armenian wrestler, wishing him new victories. Now musical part, Armenian folk song.
Mesevana, show mesevana, zavalik nerime, low mesevana, zarigane, antara zarigane, tuksiro galodi. The full version of this video is available on Western Armenia's YouTube channel. This was all for today. Goodbye.